Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Richard Brinsley Sheridan. And this is our table of contents. First is biography. Richard Brinsley Sheridan was born in Dublin, Ireland. He grew up in a culturally rich family. His father was a renowned linguist and elocutionist specializing in teaching English pronunciation and public speaking. His mother was a successful novelist and playwright whose work were influenced by the sentimentalism popular during the time. This nurturing environment exposed Sheridan to literature and drama from an early age. He later moved to England and was educated at Harrow School. Although he never pursued a university education, an unusual choice for someone of upper class, his talent and linguistic abilities quickly propelled him into the world of literature and theater. As his career, Sheridan began his career as a playwright in 1775. His first major work, The Rivals, debuted at London's Royal Covent Garden Theatre, although its initial performance faced criticism for being too long and poorly acted. Sheridan revised the play, and it soon became a resounding success. This work established him as a leading figure of the new generation of comedic playwrights. In 1776, Sheridan co-purchased the Drury Lane Theatre, one of London's most prestigious theatrical venues. As its manager, Sheridan not only oversaw daily operations, but also contributed to the selection and production of plays, solidifying the theatre's role as a home of English drama. And as his political career, Sheridan also served as a member of Parliament for many years, actively participating in British public affairs. His wit and eloquence, evident in his plays, were equally effective in politics. Sheridan was not solely a literary figure, he also thrived in British politics. In 1780, he was elected as a member of Parliament representing the Whig Party. Known for his eloquence and wit, Sheridan's speeches in Parliament, such as those during the impeachment trial of Warren Hastings, were celebrated as some of the most compelling political oratory of the era.
Work list. During Sheridan's lifetime, he had finished 7 dramas in total, which are listed below. The first is The Rivals, which was written in 1775. It is Sheridan's debut play and is a comedy of manners that satirizes the pretensions and absurdities of 18th century English society. Its themes include romantic misunderstandings, the folly of pretentious behavior, and the value of genuine affection. The memorable character of Mrs. Malaprop, known for her humorous misuse of words, became one of his most enduring creations. The next one is St. Patrick's Days, or The Scheming Lieutenant. It is a farce that showcases Irish humor and ingenuity. The play reflects Sheridan's Irish heritage and knack for light-hearted comedy. The next one is Duenna. It is a comic opera with themes of love, disguise, and trickery. The Duenna was a runaway success, running for an unprecedented 75 performances in its initial staging. The next one is A Trip to Scarborough, an adaptation of John Vanbrugh, The Relapse. This play modernizes and critiques earlier theatrical tropes, reflecting Sheridan's interest in revitalizing older works for contemporary audiences. The School for Scandal. It is Sheridan's masterpiece. This play satirizes the hypocrisy and duplicity of high society. The characters engage in gossip, deception, and self-promotion. serving as a biting commentary on the moral failings of the elite. The next one is The Critic, or A Tragedy Rehearsed. It is a brilliant parody of the theatrical conventions and critical pretensions. This play skewers both the creative and critical sides of the theater. The next one is Pizarro. It is an adaptation of August von Kotzebue's Die Spaniard in Peru. This drama explores themes of conquest, betrayal, and morality, reflecting the European fascination with exotic settings and moral dilemmas. The following thing we're going to talk about is the motivation of works. First, The Rivals. It was written to satirize the absurdities of 18th century's courtship, social pretensions, and miscommunication. Drawing from his sharp observations of human behavior and social norms, it also reflected his ambitions to establish himself as a leading playwright through witty, entertaining, and commercially successful theater. Next, St. Patrick's Day. It is likely written to capitalize on his success with The Rivals and to celebrate Irish identity. The following one is The Duenna. It is written to experiment with the growing popularity of musical theater and showcase his versatility as a playwright. Next, A Trip to Scarborough is to balance respect for classic comedies with his own satirical voice. As for The School for Scandals, it was written to critique the hypocrisy, gossip, and moral superficiality of high society. It reflects his desire to expose the destructive power of slander and scandal while showcasing his mastery of satire and wit, cementing his reputation as a playwright who balanced sharp social commentary with entertaining drama. The next one is The Critic. Sheridan's deep involvement in theater management gave him first-hand insight into the absurdities of the industry, which he playfully exposed. And the last one is Pizarro. The play's patriotic and moral undertones align with Sheridan's broader political interest, as he was an active member of Parliament advocating for justice and liberty. And these are the common motivations of the above-mentioned works. First, social satire. Sheridan was a keen observer of the societal norms and excesses of his time. Many of his plays, particularly The Rivals and The School for Scandals, dissect the superficiality, hypocrisy, and vanity of the upper classes with sharp humor and wit. Second, theatrical innovation. As a manager of the Drury Lane Theatre, Sheridan had a vested interest in creating engaging, commercially viable works. His plays often experimented with genre, structure, and satire, showcasing his innovative spirit. Third, moral critic. Despite their comedy tone, Sheridan's works often carry a moral undertone, emphasizing honesty, integrity, and genuine relationships over artifice and duplicity. The next one is patriotism and cultural pride. In plays like St. Patrick's Day and Pizarro, Sheridan subtly reflects his pride in his Irish heritage and his broader concerns about justice, colonialism, and national identity. Lastly, political ambitions. Sheridan's career as a politician and orator influenced his works. His speeches in Parliament were as eloquent and satirical as his plays, revealing a commitment to free speech, civil rights, and moral governance. This dual life enriched the themes of power dynamics and morality in his dramatic works.
And next is writing style. Sheridan was master of comedy, and he was a leading figure in 18th century English social comedy. His work continued the traditions of Restoration comedy by eliminating its over vulgarity and excesses, aligning them with the moral and aesthetic sensibility of the 18th century. His plays combine humor with a sharp critique of social norm, creating works that were both entertaining and thought-provoking. Also, He is good at using witty dialogue and meticulously crafted plot to satirize the hypocrisy, greed, and vanity of upper-class society. For example, the School for Scandal skewered the culture of gossip and slander that defined the aristocratic circle of his time. And next is notable work and characteristic. The School for Scandal, his most famous play, often regarded as one of the greatest comedy of the 18th century. It critiqued the culture of gossip among the aristocracy with sharp satire and clever wit. And The Rival is a romantic comedy featuring misunderstandings and disguises. It introduced the memorable character Mrs. Malaprop, known for her humorous misuse of words. And the last one is Language and Structure, dialogue craftsmanship. Sheridan's plays are renowned for their polished and witty dialogue. His characters' lines often feature clever wordplay and irony, adding depth to the humor and vividly portraying personality traits. And Sheridan skillfully wove multiple plot lines into his plays, creating a rich tapestry of interaction that heightened dramatic tension. For example, the School for Scandal integrates several interconnected storylines that enhance the complexity and enjoyment of the narrative.
Our conclusion is that Richard Brinsley Sheridan is known as one of the most important dramatists of the 18th century, admired for blending sharp social satire with engaging theater. In plays like The Rivals and The School for Scandal, he entertained audiences while criticizing the moral and social flaws of his time, messages that still feel relevant today. His clever comedies filled with witty dialogue and lively characters, connected the traditions of Restoration comedy with modern texts, influencing English and American theater. As both a playwright and politician, Sheridan brought depth to his works, focusing on honesty, integrity, and justice. His plays are still celebrated, proving his skill as a great comedian and observer of society. This is our presentation. Thank you.